what's next? Got it locked, so ESPN. Take a family and friends, cause Fowler, Corso, and Herb Street got the lowdown on the rivalries. Pull up your chin strap, you're ready to play. It's time to kick off college game day.
Come down to your city, and if you want a little thing in your yin yang, if you want a little thing in your zang zang, if you want a little thing in your tang tang, come along. Yeah, we're coming to your city.
Would you look at that crowd? These people look like they do want a little tang in their tang tang.
And we give the people what they want. It's 9 a.m. here in beautiful Maywood, Illinois. 6 hours until kickoff.
Today, the M2s, known for their speed, power, and brute force, take on the far inferior M1s. Good morning, losers! It is the third Friday of beautiful Chicago October.
And the fresh smell of M1 fear fills the air. Can you smell that, Michaela?
I do. You know, Margaret, it reminds me a little bit of Thanksgiving at Nana's house when you just know something is going to get burned, mashed, and chewed up. My favorite part of Thanksgiving was always the can of cranberry sauce.
Speaking of cans, a can is about to be opened up today. A big can of whoop ass, and the M2s will be serving it up.
So you're going to go ahead and back the heavily favored M2s on this. What about rooting for the underdog?
Underdog is an understatement in this circumstance. This team is like the dingleberries on the underdog, and they will be wiped out tonight.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
I almost feel bad for them too. What do you think their coach is telling them to do? What is he asking them to bring to that field today?
You know, I don't know what the coach is telling them, but I would tell them that they should probably bring diapers for when they get this out of them and borrow some body bags from the cadaver lab so they have transportation home.
This game is going to be tough tonight.
It is. You know, we sent some of our field correspondents out, some of our camera crews, to capture the feelings of the fans and players as they anticipate this big game.
Well, let's go ahead and roll that footage.
What do you think of the fact that your classmates are about to get schooled?
Awesome. What were your first?
In one word, would you describe the second-year girls?
Awesome. What were your first?
I'm going to kick you in the nuts.
Awesome. What were your first?
What would you tell your quarterback about her game?
So terrible and you smell awful.
How did you feel when you saw M2s this morning?
I was nervous that I was gonna faint or something crazy.
How were your players looking out there on the field when you watched them practicing the other day?
Pretty lost. Just didn't really have any idea what to do.
One of your classmates admitted to being a complete idiot. What would you say to that?
Everyone's kind of in the same boat. So a lot of people feel it's, no one really knows what we need to know. There's not an exact list of know this.
In how many ways could the M2s destroy you today?
I feel like there's entirely too many.
How would you compare the M2's social chair work to your own?
It's a million times better.
What are you most worried about with this game?
I'm just hoping there's not any metal detectors because I don't know how I'm getting these guns in. Scared.
Wow, those were some strong feelings.
They sure were. The folks around here get really fired up for this game.
You know who else is fired up? The M2 boys, the returning dance champions, back to defend their title.
Well, let's go to them and see what they have to say and what's in store for us this year.
What are 3 words that come to mind when you think of your last year's championship performance?
Magical, sexy, and Dr. Desvardens.
Dan, who do you think your secret weapon is this year?
We actually acquired a few new people. There's some kid in the corner. We think he came from the British Empire, a few hundred years ago, but look at that kid in Miami University. Yeah, he's gold, baby, he's gold.
What would you fine M2 gentlemen like to tell the M1 dancers?
Come hither, come hither, come hither, come hither. Moving like the gypsy, stop, won't back it up now, let me see your hips.
looks like they're ready to bring it again this year. We're in for a treat. I can't wait to see that halftime show.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Oh.
Hello? Okay. Okay. Yes.
Who's that?
That was a Grim Reaper calling. He wanted to confirm his appointment with the M1s.
Yes. Did Mr. Reaper happen to say what's going on after the game?
You know, he didn't, but I spoke with the Loyola paramedics the other day, and they said that immediately after the game, they would be at Doc Ryan's in case there's any leftover M1 carnage.
Okay, so there's a party set up at Doc Ryan's on Madison Avenue that everybody's going to right after the game?
Yes, Margaret, that's right.
Sounds great. It's been a pleasure reporting with you, Michaela.
And you too, Margaret. This concludes our college game day broadcast.
And this is Margaret
And Michaela.
signing off.